If you have ever used sticker charts and haven't liked the results, or maybe you've gotten mediocre results at best, this video is for you. Also, if you're thinking about sticker charts, maybe you're potty training, maybe you're trying to do like a chore chart, or you're trying to do one for homework, anything to motivate a stubborn child. Generally speaking, stubborn children don't do well with charts, any kind of sticker charts, not in the long term. If you really want to motivate them from what I call an internal sense of motivation, where they do it for the right reasons, not because they just get something, you're going to want to listen up. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I would love to know what your biggest stubborn child challenge is right now and see if I can't give you some support. So I am going to launch right in. I am currently finishing my book, Love Parenting, which is all about living our values every day so we can inspire our kids to listen, but without yelling, bribing, or caving in. So this comes directly from the draft of my book. And so I'm going to get out my reading glasses and start. So, if color-coded labels make you swoon, I love me a good labeler. You've probably tried a sticker chart, maybe two or three. Cute stickers, a magical solution promising to transform our kiddos into chore smiling, vegetable eating, potty trained, and homework completing dynamos can be super tempting. And while I'm a big fan of tracking things, slapping a sticker on a chart every time they do that thing you want them to do often doesn't stick, at least in the long run. So this is a super important part. You need to make certain you're not falling into using the common parenting rewards trap, the psychological exchange of I'll rub your back if you rub mine. This includes things like giving them chocolates, giving them that ribbon, promising them ice cream after they go to the dentist, stickers, allowances, or even a toy. On the surface, they all sound great, right? Who wouldn't want a reward now and again? But this is the challenge, that while sticker charts work like a charm, often in the beginning, they're often like that trendy diet that falls flat way too soon. At first, your child, of course, is excited to get their next shiny star smiley face, but soon the novelty wears off, and that once coveted sticker becomes as exciting as last year's Halloween candy. Fortunately, these results are well researched and found to wah fail miserably. It's yet another case of internal versus external reward. And if you haven't checked this out, there is huge research. If you just look up growth mindset on the internet, you'll find tons of research that supports exactly what I'm talking about here. So here's a story from one of my clients. Mom Victoria, she was thrilled with her vegetable victory, but it only happened after I supported her to ditch the chart. Why? Simply because it wasn't working. It was in her words, while the sticker chart initially worked, he's now more interested in negotiating for extra stickers than eating any green stuff. So we shifted gears. We focused on Jack's why behind healthy eating. They began to cook together more. They began to explore more veggies, actually planted some in their garden, and talked about how they make us strong. Now he munches carrots, not for stickers, but because he wants to be as fast as Flash. The reality is, sticker charts are like the poster child for external rewards. In essence, they set up a do it and you'll get a reward. Seems to have practical merit, right? Yet rewards can motivate only for a short while. And when your child loses all interest, they may go on strike or even demand a better reward. So if your child is driven by stickers or bribes, they're going to be far less likely to develop a love for that task, or at least an acceptance of the task. I mean, I don't know, like me, I can't say I love doing dishes, but it's part of the thing. And I usually put on my good music and I'm at peace with it. We want that to be the same sort of journey for our kids, because rewards doesn't support a belief that abilities and intelligence are developed through hard work. We also aren't focusing on practice and good strategies and getting valuable input for others if they're just doing it for that one thing. If you don't have an all, so if you're not going to use an almighty sticker chart, then what can a good parent use? So I want you to consider, I've got three for you, growth mindset supporting strategies. The first one is, I want you to think about like harnessing your child's critical thinking by asking for their opinion. It doesn't matter what age they are. Even if you have a toddler and an infant, while you're going shopping, it's like, I wonder which apple we should buy. Should we buy the green ones or the red ones? Just getting them to start thinking, to start using their critical thinking part of their brain is huge. The reason this is so important is stubborn kids, they want to be asked their opinion. They have opinions. So let's focus and harness it in a way that is healthy, in a way that we enjoy. So it can be simple questions such as, do you think you could learn to do that? What would you do in this situation? How old do you think you'll be when you can do that too? What'll happen if you? What would that feel like? So, the more we ask these questions, the more we can set a bar, a standard of things that they are shooting for and things that are important to them. So, the next, I really want you to think about encouraging thoughtful discussion and considerations based upon internal motivations, things like their interests. So, what do you find interesting about that? How do you feel about your report card? What part of it are you proud of? Any part we want to improve? If they're playing a game, for instance, like a sports game, you could say, in the middle of the game, you pass the ball to your friend. That seemed like a turning point in the game, was it? Rather than, yay, you're the best, or yay, you won. If they're actually studying, I can see how much effort you're putting into studying. How are you feeling about the test going into it? What part of practice today did you most enjoy? What part of your picture do you most like? Tell me more about that. This is a huge difference because so often we're constantly going for that next accolade, that's next thing. And this can really develop people pleasers and also braggarts, kids that are quite arrogant, that are constantly like, hey, look at me, look at what I just did. I just did that. So again, we're focusing more on the journey than that outcome, than that finish line. The third thing I want to talk about is replacing your rewards with celebration milestones. I am all for celebration. And in some ways, this is a case of same, but different focus. By all means, celebrate, but take your child out for a special game, to a dinner, to a show, or for a simple ice cream, but don't connect it to an achieved outcome. It might just be a fun thing that, let's say, I have a client that was like, well, if you go to the dentist, then, we'll take you for ice cream after. But do you see how the focus is, well, if you go to the dentist, you're actually giving them a choice rather than saying something like, hey, and guess what? After we go to the dentist, what would you like to do? Would you like to maybe go for an ice cream after? We've got some time. Let's do something fun together. But again, it's same, but different. We might go and get ice cream, but I'm not linking the two. It's subtle, but so, so powerful. Mark my words, dangling rewards like a carrot can backfire because linking your child's results to money, prizes, gifts means planting seeds that quash their long-term motivation. It also quashes their courage to try new things. Well, sticker charts aren't inherently bad. I don't want you to feel badly if you've done this before. The results are spotty at best. So relying solely on them leaves you vulnerable and means you're missing out on the opportunity to develop deeper, more meaningful motivations in your child. So here's another story I had from one of my clients. She said, my daughter's homework was always a battle. The sticker chart was a temporary fix. We then started using Kelly's encouraging word list from class that celebrated her understanding of new concepts and effort. Regardless of her grade, it switched. It was rewarding to see her anxiety diminish. Homework time became less about getting it done for a reward and more about exploring and understanding new ideas. Yay. Isn't that what we want? We really want to be raising lifelong learners, yes? Kids who are passionate about something. I want to end with one last example. It's an example in my child's own life. Because when a child hitches their worth to outcome, the marks, the goals, the winning, often their anxiety increases. And often they'll just actually set a lower bar for themselves because they fear they can't measure up. This is exactly what happened in my child's violin class. So there was a strange, almost euphoric obsession to learn music theory from our 7-year-old at the time. Turns out not only did their teacher promise chocolates and stickers, but had a big old progress poster up in front of the room. It was massive. Whoever made it up the ladder first each week got the booty. A week later, however, the initial enthusiasm completely evaporated. One kid took a massive lead by checking off more than 20 pages in her music theory book, when most kids were only up to 4. Yep, she left the other students in the dust and was so high up on that progress ladder that no one else dared hope to beat her. So they simply gave up. End of story. Take my client son Ronan and daughter Isabella. The reward of a small toy from their local toy shop for getting good grades seems super helpful. Why, Isabella even got her first 10 out of 10 in spelling, something she never did before. Yet a month later, Isabella threatened to go on strike when her demands for a toy, one that cost double, were left unmet. I've repeatedly seen how parents using a reward approach are left with no tip, no trick, or consequence to fall back on. Sometimes it doesn't even work within their own budget. I don't want this happen to you. So, interestingly, there's also new research out of Kent State University that shows the use of just a thumbs up or high five can be highly encouraging and motivating. These common gestures subtly imply a focus on effort, the ones that we've been talking about here. So, though not tested, even things like a wink, a gentle squeeze on the shoulder, say when they're working on homework, could provide extra encouragement that supports internal motivation and a sense of connection with you. So, try it out. See what works best for your kid. I would love to know from you, have you tried sticker charts, or is there something you're really trying to get your child to do and they just aren't playing ball with you? If so, reach out. I'd love to hear. If you're not yet a member of the Stubborn Child Solutions Facebook group, you can connect with me there. I love answering our members' questions and helping them as I can. And if you haven't heard lately, I just want to say thank you for all you do day in, day out as your child's parent. I know parenting is a marathon, it is not a sprint. And you, my friend, are doing the work, and you are here listening to me right now, which means that you're basically kick awesome. You are.